product that been dished out from all the things it seems. You hear me? You gotta hear me clear. All the things it seems. Everything ain't what it seems.
It's like a jungle sometimes. Sometimes I wonder how I keep from growing up.
You need the remedy to make it out. This for OG Bossalini.
OG Bossalini. Alright, that's C Murder. NBA Youngboy is the #1 rapper in hip-hop right now. I first discovered him in the year 2017. I remember I was 26 years old. Hold on, let me do this real quick so I can juxtapose this for you.
I'm here to let the whole world know I'm hard to control. You can't conquer my soul. Bossalini, a living legend with physical evidence of a world full of corruption and greed.
Alright, so for Youngboy to remix a classic No Limit song, No Limit was still at its apex at this point, 1999. I gotta salute him for that. Youngboy is from Baton Rouge. No Limit, they're from New Orleans. They're from the Third Ward. However, when they became successful, the No Limit offices were in Baton Rouge, and all the artists lived in Baton Rouge. So you can really say No Limit is a Baton Rouge thing because that's where they lived and that's where they operated, that's where they recorded. Snoop Dogg came to No Limit in 98. For an entire year, everything that they put out went gold and platinum. So they basically had a 20-year career for an average company. They accomplished a 20-year career in 1 year. So that's their claim to fame. And for an NBA Youngboy, he's very controversial, but the statistics don't lie. He's the #1 artist in hip-hop. He has the more streams than anybody else. And he has, and you got to understand, he has a lot of beef with a lot of artists, but at the same time, Chicago is kind of like treated like this violent place, this Chirac thing, but New Orleans is ghetto as hell. Baton Rouge is murderous, homicidal. They're not scared of anybody down there, and Youngboy is not going to fear anybody because they come from the same circumstances as anybody else from any other ghetto. So yeah, NBA Youngboy has a big beef with the rapper Lil Durk. Lil Durk, he's from Chicago, so a lot of rappers kiss his ass because they grew up to Chicago rappers. Gotta understand, in 2012, drill rap came out of Chicago. So if you were like 15 in 2012, you grew up to Lil Durk. Lil Durk raised you. I can't get mad at that. I mean, No Limit, I grew up to that. I grew up to Cash Money. I grew up to Death Row. I grew up to all of that stuff from the 90s. So it's just a generational thing. If I grew up in this time period, I probably would have, been a teenager who was impacted by Lil Durk and Chief Keef and the drill music originators. But NBA Youngboy is not afraid of anybody. He's the #1 artist in the game, so you got to realize they're after his success. He's the boss. And when I first heard of him in 2017, he was like 16. And the concepts, the visuals, and just his artistry was amazing. I mean, it's ghetto as hell, But he is a true artist, and he is a talented rapper. He's definitely an artist. You can tell that he thinks about what he's putting out there. He's not just going in the booth high rapping. He's putting concepts. He's putting, he's artistically expressing himself. He's putting concepts. He's putting motifs and stuff like that out there, themes. He's putting all that stuff in his music. His music has a lot of texture, a lot of colors, and he started off when he was 16 years old. And when I first heard him in 2017, I realized this boy's going to take over the game. And he finally has. He's the #1 artist. I can't argue with that. But I'm here to let you know that NBA Youngboy just re-recorded and remixed the C Murder song and threw a shout out at him. And to me, for an older guy like me, I like that. I love to see the youth look back in the past and just say, hey, I know where I came from. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. Peace to New Orleans and peace to Baton Rouge.